Hi everyone, this is Ryan from rockthedivine.com. Thank you so much for tuning in to my latest video. For those that have been watching my video, you'll notice that the background looks a little different than in my other videos. I've actually moved into another room in my house, excuse me, and I have made it my office. Like I have a desk, I'm sitting at an official desk and not on the floor, and I have some of my stuff in here. I need to bring in some more, but I'm very excited. It feels very professional and official, and it's the little things, you know. Anyway, so I wanted to talk today about being an empath and taking care of your energy on a daily basis. While I could do a video, and I might keep doing videos actually because this is sort of a big subject, I just wanted to go over the simple things I do that I do every day. Now, if I do a reading for someone or I'm doing a lot of work, then what I do changes. But for this video, I'm just going to go off a regular day where not too much is going on, which is most of my days, and show you how, as an empath myself, as a sensitive, how I take care of myself. These are all very easy, and as you know, if you watch my videos, I'm about being very easy. I find that I need things that I can stick with, and the easier they are, the more I tend to stick with them. If not, I tend to get a little obsessive and ritualistic, or if it's just a lot of work, I find myself not doing it. The things that I'm doing here, even though they're easy, they will make you feel a lot better, and they have a cumulative effect. So if you take the time every day to do them, you'll find in general you just feel a lot better and a lot less tired and dragged down by the energies around you. So here we go. We're going to start with when I wake up. So I wake up after being in dreamland. I stumble out of bed, hopefully not stumble. I mosey my way downstairs, feed the cats, and get a cup of coffee. Usually my hair does not look like this. It's sticking straight up, and my husband says it looks like my hair is yelling at him. But anyway, there you get a visualization. I then go over to one of the windows, and I just take a few deep breaths in and out slowly with my eyes closed, focusing on the center of my chest. And what this does is sort of quickly centers me. I then send my awareness down to the bottom of my feet, and I do that for a few breaths, and what that does is send the energy down and grounds my energy. Now, if you've watched my other videos, you'll know grounding is very important in everyday life. And the reason I ground right away in the morning is because at night when you were sleeping, your spirit lifted up and was off doing all kinds of things, traveling, going to other dimensions, learning lessons, teaching sometimes. It was very busy while you were laying there sleeping, which is completely fascinating and interesting to me. So when you ground yourself, you're even though you're awake walking around, you're really grounding your spirit fully back in your body, which I think is then a good start to the day. I then surround myself, or I ask the angels and guides to please surround me with a divine gold light shield, and then I picture that happening inside my head. So then I go about my day. Then I do all the things I do. And at some point, I usually have to go somewhere. The grocery store, the post office, visit people, things you do. Depending on where I'm going, like if I'm going to the grocery store, for example, where I know it's going to be kind of crowded, quickly in my mind, I will protect myself with either a white light shield, a gold light shield, or a pink light shield. And don't get hung up on which one you're using. You can use any of them, and that's just fine. As you learn more about light shields, you'll understand why you can pick certain colors. I'm not going to get into it in this video, but just know that any one of those works just great for protecting your energy and your vibration. And you don't even have to say anything. As you're building a closer relationship with your angels and guides, they know what you're doing when you're picturing that happening in your head, so you don't need to explain a whole thing. So then I go to the grocery store and I get all my groceries and leave and come home. A lot of times I notice after I run errands and I've been out and around people, I come home and I'm tired. And sometimes I think I'm more tired than I should be. And the more empaths I talk to, the more I realize that's a common occurrence. And I believe it's because we've been interacting with all these energies and vibrations and people, and they really stick on you. And since you are sensitive, which is a gift, and I know sometimes it feels, when you're not feeling good, it feels like it's not a gift. It is a gift to be sensitive to those energies, but you also have to keep them in check. When I get back, I try to spend 10 minutes to 1 hour, and to be honest, it's usually 10 or 15 minutes. I'm lucky if it's 1 hour, but for argument's sake, it can be 10 minutes up to 1 hour, depending on what time you got on your hands, to just lay down and relax. I sit on the couch, I pet my cats, I keep the TV off, I don't get on my cell phone, and I just sort of relax and take some deep breaths and maybe close my eyes a little. And sometimes I take a nap, but not usually. I'm not a big napper. I find that this really revitalizes me. It replenishes my energy quite quickly. And I feel for anyone that's an empath, for anyone that's sensitive, the biggest thing you can do to change how you're feeling is to recognize what's going on and be like, you know what, I gotta stop and rest and take care of myself. I think a lot of times we get used to feeling how we feel and we just get bogged down by it, and we're like, well, I'm an empath, so it's like, it doesn't have to be that way. You know, if you are taking better care of your energy and taking the little moments during the day to replenish yourself, you're going to feel a lot better, and it won't feel sort of like a curse. I know that some people do feel that way, and I understand it. When you're feeling like shit or you're tired of absorbing people's energy, you do feel like, what's the point of this? Why do I feel like, what's the point of being an empath if I'm going to feel this way? Well, it's time to stop feeling that way. But you have to recognize what's going on with you, monitor yourself, and know your limits. And one of mine is coming back, and if I'm feeling that tired feeling, which I don't all the time, but if I'm feeling it, it's like, I'm going to go sit down for a little bit. I'm allowed to. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not being lazy. It's what my body needs, and it's trying to tell me because it's making me feel kind of tired and foggy in my mind. So anyway, I get up from sitting down, relaxing my 10-15 minutes, and usually I feel better. So then I go about my evening. Now, sometimes what I'm about to do, I do before dinner, and sometimes I do it after dinner. So we'll just say the evening things. What I do is I basically dust off the day. I go to my private space, which now is this room, and I center myself again, I ground myself, and then I ask Spirit to do the following. I'm not going to explain what each one of these is because I've explained in other videos, so you'll recognize some of these things. If you haven't watched the other videos, you can go look and see what I'm talking about. I'm trying to keep it short. So the first thing I do is I ask Spirit to please clear and remove 100% of unnecessary vibrations from every level of my being, because you probably picked a lot of those up throughout the day. The other thing I ask is, Spirit, please clear and remove 100% of static, psychic debris, and psychic cobwebs from every level of my being. Then I ask Spirit to please clear and remove 100% of anti-spirit energies, cords, and attachments from every level of my being. And the last thing I do is I ask Archangel Michael to come in, and I ask him to please clear and remove from my energy anything that does not belong to me. After I do this, I surround myself with a divine white light shield. You can also use gold or other colors you pick, but just me, I happen to use white. And I go about my business the rest of the night. Then when I get in bed, as I'm pulling back the sheets, inside my head, usually I say to Spirit or angels and guides, same thing. Angels and guides, please give my full body and my etheric body a complete and full healing. So when you ask that, what will happen is while you're asleep, angels and guides will give your physical body any healing that it needs, and it will also give your spirit body any healing it needs And your spirit body includes your spirit body, your aura, your energy vibration. And that's it. That's what I do. And, you know, like I said, they're very simple. And I try, even on days I don't want to do it, I'm like, really, come on, it's like 2 minutes. Just do it and you'll feel a lot better. And I notice, because I'm able to check my vibration, I ask spirit what it is and they'll tell me. I also ask spirit what yours is and they tell me. I notice that my vibration stays pretty high regularly because I am doing these little things to get off the extra gunk and, you know, dust your shoulder off and dust your aura. And these things really do make a big difference. So that's my daily rituals. I hope that it helps all the other sensitives out there. Much love to you.